Alright, let's give this a test. How we doing, folks? That is some good low latency, dare I say. Wow. Ultra low was not a lie. Just gonna use my phone to test out audio balance here. You can hear the echo from the phone. I apologize. Do. We're working on the timing too, that's part of this. So here's the question. At some point I changed some audio settings on here and I don't remember why. Well, regardless, for any who see this after the fact, since there's no one live with me right now, welcome to the new program. Welcome to the beautiful new HUD. We have scrolling text, we have better mics, we have AI slop. The stuff everyone's been asking for. Sorry for the wait. Just seeing what we can get fixed here. Let's give a little test to the old background effects real quick, eh? We got whom and a whom. Hope that one's still scrolling. There we go. Now we can go vroom and vroom. Ain't that something? Now, at some point, I separated my Elgato video from the Elgato audio, and I don't recall how and why that was the case. Let's see if the box still works. It's not looking good. The chat box might be broken. Well, we can fix that. Oh, I don't know what my Streamlabs info is. Okay. Well, this is agitating. Yeah, I probably just need a new one. I haven't streamed from here yet, so it makes sense. At least I don't think I have. Have I? Okay, that's perfect. Okay. That's no good. I swear we're getting somewhere eventually. Did that work? Yo, here we go. Okay. We're officially in Golden Corral territory now. What is this? There's a floating box that I don't want. Whoops. That ain't it. Whoops. Well, just made a mess. Okay, I guess that's just gonna be around for a minute. That's unfortunate. But our chat box can be moved. That much is clear. And I'll have to give it its own better space another time, I'm sure. Glorious. I'll have to relearn that later, I suppose. It seems like I lost track of the connection to that before. Yeah, we'll see how that lasts. All right. Now for some real testing. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. So that synced up pretty well. 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Okay, not bad. Let's see if that sounds the same through my headphones. Whoops. All right, here's some audio balancing for a quick test. How's this going? It's a little loud, isn't it? It will echo on forever and ever, and ever and ever. Echo, echo, echo. Test, test, test. Wah! Test, test. And so I am using my quieter voice for this because it is late at night. It's sadly not my most well-spoken speaking voice. I need to enunciate better for that vocal cord to be activated, because otherwise I'm just doing pure vocal fry. But that's probably what we'll get for this test night, huh? We'll see. I do feel bad for anyone who's on here invisibly currently because I know this is not very exciting. But, hey, if you are, drop a chat. It'll make it more interesting. Or if you're someone I know watching and you're not in chat, shoot me a text message or something, you know? I don't know. I won't dox you, don't worry. Just want to balance my voice against his screaming real quick and see how that goes. That's a pretty good balance. That's pretty good. Dare I say? Dare I say? This might be good just to use for the time being. We'll see. On another day when I can speak a little more clearly, maybe it'll be different. Unfortunately, I still don't know why I have these two audios split. There's also the fear that the audio will desync after a certain amount of time, so I have to keep an eye out for that. I think I know why it's here. I think it might be if I have trouble with my voice monitor. Well, you know, so let me put it this way. If the game monitor is too low, but I don't want to turn it up any higher on the actual streaming output, I have this split. So that way I can monitor one and not worry about the other. I'm guessing. I don't actually know. I think that might be it. In which case, how does this fare? If I say... Oh, why does that happen? That's bizarre. Having both these audios on at once for me, possibly for you too, causes a strange occurrence. the water effects overlap funny. Very odd. Very, very odd. Well, welcome back to Radio Disney. That is very odd how that overlaps. Let's mute that. Wonder if I... Yeah, same effect. Weird. Yeah, that still feels snappy. Okay. Also, just double check to see if my phone stream is keeping up nicely. Yep, seems to be good. Oh, only a few more sips of Monster left for the night. My goodness. Sacre bleu. Well, let's see how it remains like this. Actually, let me Google this really quick. Excuse me. I'm sure this is very fun. I know. I'm looking up troubleshooting now for audio desync. might have been a PS4 issue. Yeah, I think that might have been it. Wow, that picture looks rough on a HD TV. I remember that looking really cool. Oh, hello. Welcome to the chat, friendo Nintendo. Good to see ya. Sorry, you caught me smack dab in the middle of troubleshooting audio sync issues, which is perhaps a confusing statement because I not having audio sync issues, you see. I'm wondering if there's a good reason as to why I set some audio channels the way I did, with the assumption that it was for a desync issue, which has me asking myself, did I run into a desync issue and why? Yeah, no, it's all good. I have an idea of where I'm going with this. Also, wow, this is beautiful. I set it to ultra low latency, so I'm actually like seeing chat. Or well, let me put it this way: the stream is only delayed by about 2 seconds. I think before it was like 10 to 15. So if someone would chat at me and I would, you know, by the time I saw their message, it'd be irrelevant to what was actually happening on screen. So this is a nice change of pace. So yeah, this might have been not an issue with the Switch. So I should probably just stop fixating and go about my business. Go about my business, you know? Oh, yeah, I mean, like, yeah. But I don't like emulating, though, if I can help it. Plus, I have a, what do they call it? Not a capture card, but a, what is that called? An adapter. There's another word I'm looking for, but adapter that is for older consoles that upscaler is a really nice upscaler that I would intend to use. So anyways, we got this going. Man, I was thinking about popping in The World Ends With You, but it's really late and I've done so little and it's so late already. Gosh. So I'm wondering, should I haven't played some Vampire Survivors in a while. And I was thinking about popping that in just to dink around and see who showed up for a bit. It wouldn't be as fun as popping in The World Ends With You, but I do have an N64. Yes. I think the only consoles that I'm kind of lacking in are, at least in terms of Nintendo, are the NES, Super NES, and Wii U, and Switch too, but, you know, eventually with that. I'm not even counting that yet. Yeah. But just for the sake of streaming, I'm probably going to default to things that are on. So, like, if I have a certain game I want to stream that's on N64, for example, I would probably default to streaming it on the Switch Virtual Console thing here, the NSO, excuse me. Just because it's easier to set up. Sadly, the Switch one doesn't have a CRT filter, and I feel like a lot of these do look a lot better with the CRT filter. But still, yeah, like that's probably what I'd go for. Just pull it up on here. It's already set up. I don't have to worry about, the N64 and the older consoles can be kind of volatile and finicky. They tend to just not work when you want them to sometimes. They just get a little old, and honestly, even when they were new, they still kind of misbehaved on occasion. So this would just be a lot smoother way to do it. The only times I'd probably like default to the original consoles for streaming purposes and have to use an HDMI upscaler would be when, how would I put it? When there's something special. The first issue would be if it's not on the NSO, obviously. But secondly, if there's something in particular that I want to do with that game that's not possible to do via NSO. So a great example for that would in fact be Pokemon Stadium, because you can't hook in your Game Boy games to the NSO on Pokemon's NSO version of Pokemon Stadium. And I might perhaps someday want to play some Pokemon Game Boy games, and that would actually be I could do the Game Boy games themselves on screen in two different ways. I could either use the Game Boy player on the GameCube, use an HDMI upscaler on the GameCube to play the Game Boy games on screen, and that works for Game Boy and Game Boy Advance games both. Or in Pokemon Stadium, there's a area called Game Boy Tower where it just does the same thing, but that is less desirable because the N64 controller adapter that you pop the Game Boy games into for doing that tends to be, again, very volatile. It disconnects very easily, so even the good ones do. So I would probably hold off on, I'd probably play that, what's that? Yeah, that's what I was hearing that about Fire Red and Leaf Green, that they weren't, which is, it's a disgrace because they just put Pokemon XD on the GameCube NSO thing too, and you can't do crap with that to interact with other games. And that's the thing. Yeah, the NSO Pokemon Stadiums are just kind of a disgrace because the whole point of Stadium 1 and Stadium 2 was to play with your Game Boy games. It was always meant to be a like you could rent out Pokemon. You could use the rental Pokemon if you wanted to, but that was not recommended. They were always kind of, you can get by with these if you have to kind of things. Yeah, it should be easy. You would think it would be easy. Yeah, sorry, I'm like playing nothing on screen. I'm just hashtag just chatting. Yeah, let me. I guess you weren't here for it. You missed out on the At least I don't think you were here for it. Maybe you were. When I started up, I had a nice, fun little background music playing. So while I'm getting this all set up, let me. Yeah. Battle Revolution was like exclusively meant to be like a hook up your DS to. Did it have? Did Battle Revolution even have any rentals at all? I haven't played it enough yet to see, but yeah, like much like Stadium, Battle Revolution was meant to be just like a big screen simulator for fighting your Game Boy Pokemon. Coliseum and XD were also meant to be that, but they came featuring a single player RPG. Okay, yeah. So that sounds about right. Yeah, that was always the intent for those. Coliseum and XD were outliers in that sense. and very good outliers that we desperately wish would come back. But yeah, while you were away, let me see if I can make this come back up again. There we go. There we go. So there was that, and oh my gosh, I have this silly thing in my face right now. I want Elgato audio to be monitor and output. Close. Neat. There we go. So there's my fun background music. No, I don't have the skill to draw the mouth, so it's kind of a forlorn thing. That's something. If my artist buddy is watching, that would be a thing that I'd be asking him to help out with, to touch up the slop that I made in the corner, fix some of the issues with it, and help me make some new frames so I can have some little animations. So nope, for the time being, he's just a static little dude. But hey, check this out. He goes whoop and whoop. Ain't that fun? If I had a friend with me, I have some friend ones too, supposedly. Oh, that's why. Whoop. Oh, he's hiding. Let's see if I can move him over a little. Whoops. Whoops. Oh, this is unfortunate. There we go. Yeah, when I had a friend on before, I had him as Doflamingo, so there we go. Oop, there we go. He's gone. Likewise, oh, check this out. Check this out. This is actually the coolest. Let me make this disappear for a sec. Whoop. You're not ready for this. Vroom. 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 Yeah. Is that not the sickest thing? Oh, darkness. Thank you. I appreciate that. I was really happy with how it came together. See, I could leave it on purple for a little while if I wanted. And this was my oops, let me in fact there we go. That loop isn't very good. I could use some work on Audacity to make that a little smoother, but I didn't try very hard. I just wanted to get it together so I could have this up and going. Don't tell Mom. Whoop. Whoop. It's a good song. If you want to look up, I mean, it's a really short song, but it loops terribly. But if you ever want to listen to it, it's a Kevin MacLeod song. It's called Anachronistic, or Anachronist, excuse me. But yes, hopefully this is not too distracting and miserable of a background thing for the Suma. He is the GOAT. He is the true internet music GOAT. May your royalties be ever the free. Oh yeah, that's what I was doing. So I also sometimes like to, whoop, there we go. Gives a little more flavor to the be right back screen. A little more chaos, I guess. How's the audio levels on your end? Do you think I have it pretty much right? Like the game music and the background music versus the voice, all are on pretty good. Like I'm not clipping too high or too low over. I'm sure I'm talking a little too low, but things sound pretty good on your end. Sweet, love to hear that, especially since I'm talking so, using my vocal fry pretty heavily to avoid screaming into the sleeping neighbors' wall here. So yeah. Right. I need to get a second monitor so I can have that face me a little better. But for the time being, what I can do is just look at my chat here. Via the phone, probably. Maybe. In fact, hang tight really quick. I'm just going to move a few things. And I'll either put on some Vampire Survivors or some The World Ends With You, or I'll do a quick skim and see if there's something else worth taking a look at. I'll decide by the time I'm back. This will take all of a minute. Also, this microphone has like a tap to mute on it. It is a blessing and a curse, because it's very easy to accidentally touch, but it's useful when I do it. And to answer your question, so what do you mean by beat? The main story? Yes. I beat the main story. I think I'm trying to remember if I've gotten all the like stars. Is it stars? Like the little challenges you have to do. Like I got, I don't remember, to be honest. I'd have to check. It's on my PS4 in the other room and such. Like I know I was working on 100%ing it, and that was mostly just like grinding to get more like items to trade up for the little trading cards. Like I know for a fact I haven't like S ranked all of the songs at the hardest difficulties or whatever, right? Like I know that's not the case. Trying to remember if I did all of the little challenges. Like I think I got close. Like if I didn't beat all of like the little like star challenges per world or whatever, like if I didn't do that, then I got really close. I remember I definitely spent a really long time working on One Winged Angel and what's the Shadow Storm song? The crazy one. I'm blanking on it. Yeah, like I'm not a rhythm game guy. Like I'm not against them. I just don't play them. So it was definitely like a steep curve for me. but I'm good at like sitting there and doing the same thing for 5 hours in a row and eventually getting it. So I did a bit of that a few years back, so that worked out. I've definitely, I feel like a lot of the, should I say a lot? I don't know. More than one girl I've dated has been a rhythm game girl. It seems like a lot of the gamer girls love their rhythm games, especially the more autistic ones. Yeah. And shoot, even spamming X to win for Kingdom Hearts only takes you so far. If you pay, you can make that work up through Proud Mode, but if you did certain parts of Proud Mode and Critical Mode are both like, it cuts you off at the knees when it comes to spamming X. And sometimes triangle, that's fair. It's my favorite part of fighting the final Xemnas fight is just hitting X and triangle over and over again. But anyways, I said I'd be right back. No, I'll really be right back. This will take, like I said, just a moment. Just a moment. And we're back. Alright, so I thought about it, and I think where I'm at emotionally is I spent a little more time and energy on setting this up than I wanted to, for what little I seem to have done. And so I'm a little hesitant to pop in a new game because I feel like I wouldn't be properly enthusiastic and locked in for it. To be, I don't need to be entertaining, I suppose, but to be conversational and informative about it is the best way to put it. So I'm thinking I might just do Vampire Survivors. Just have a nice little chill time. Have you ever played Vampire Survivors? Really? Oh, this will be a fun new experience. So I'm also realizing the directionality of this microphone is really good. It's like just it really, if I lean away and like sniff, you can still hear me, but it's a lot quieter than it should be because it's really loud when, like, from my point of view. It's really, really nice. And I'm about at that proper position where I can actually lean back nicely. Just need to get the TV in the right position. There we go. There's a good TV, and there's a good David back. Nice lumbar support. Really crappy chair. Yeah, let's bring... Let's undo the scroll real quick. Oh, that's weird. It changed your text to green. I could have swore it was purple before. Weird. Ooh, Vampire Survivors does deserve a red background. Yeah, absolutely. We know what we're doing here. So Vampire Survivors is, I suppose, what I would call a reverse bullet hell. Uh-oh. Looks like I need to refresh the video. Ruh-roh raggy. Okay. There we go. Hate when that happens. Alright. Oh, that's fun. I can make fun, annoying noises in the really close to the mic now. We can go full ASMR mode. Wasn't that fun? This is the sound of my slightly dehydrated mouth, thinking about how good it would be to have even more water right now. There's a good story I hear from the Game Grumps, or have heard. Wow, English is hard. Their friend Stamper, who is no longer in a good place. He's just a very funny guy with a funny voice, and they talk about how he was in the grocery store and saw some lady in the cereal aisle, and she was looking at cereal, and he goes, "Oh, that one's good." And she looked at him weird and walked away, and he was all sad about it. And his friends were like, "Yeah, Stamper, that's not a normal thing to do. You can't say that to people." I feel him though. Oh, download. Let's get rid of this. 25 minutes remaining. Are you joking me? How many updates did I miss on this guy? Oh no. I could just start software, I guess. I mean, I don't need those updates. They're going pretty fast, I guess. It's probably because I'm streaming. I'm hogging all the bandwidth I would be using to download updates. This is what I get. This is what I get for changing course. Yeah, I'll just start a software. Let it download in the background. Yeah, so I was explaining. It's a reverse bullet hell, basically. So you've probably seen other games of this format because it wasn't exactly the first to do this, but it was definitely the one that like really popularized it. So it's a roguelite. You kind of unlock more characters and weapons and items along the way, but you're always like starting a fresh new run. And the game will kind of like auto end in most maps after 30 minutes. So you just want to try to survive that 30-minute run. And the basic idea is you start off with like one item just by default, one weapon, and the enemies are immediately swarming after you, and they get like tougher and tougher in waves over time. And what you want to do is keep killing them to get experience. Also, let me know if the music seems too loud for my voice. I'll readjust it. But yeah, like you just collect experience points and level up your weapons, get more items and weapons, and it becomes chaos on the screen. You'll see. I'll look at it later. There's a lot of DLC. They keep adding new characters and stuff, and they do cross promotions. They have a cross promotion with Among Us. I don't have them unlocked, but you can get like little Among Us characters with Among Us themed weapons, I guess. So I think I have the DLC. I just haven't unlocked the stuff yet. And yeah, so yeah, you might get the idea. Night Rain. Do I know what Night Rain is? I know the name, but I feel like I don't know as well. Like Elden Ring Night Rain? Is that what you're talking about? Like the multiplayer Elden Ring experience? Maybe I don't know how Night Rain works, but I don't think so. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought Elden Ring Night Rain was more like Fortnite-esque, for lack of a better word. Let's see. I haven't played in a while, so I don't quite remember like what things I was trying to do. On my headphones are giving me a migraine. They press into my temples a bit. I'm going to assume no, but I could be wrong, so that's okay. You know, since I don't know what I'm doing and don't know what to unlock, so the little checklist on the right is like just if you've beaten that map with the character on that you're choosing. So I'll just, cause it's something to complete eventually, right? So I'll just pick one. So Poe is my favorite character. Poe's default weapon is the garlic. He's an old man, just a broken old man with a cane. In this case, he's in a rocking chair because that's a special costume. Let's see, how do I? There we go. I always forget how to. There we go. Yeah. It says his legacy sprite, his retired sprite, and his main sprite. So garlic is the best. That's just a given in this game. It is the most powerful. I like garlic and I like Bible. I can't believe that I haven't beaten Dairy Plant or Inlaid Library with Poe yet. That's rather surprising. But I want to play Mad Forest because it's like the default one. I've beaten Mad Forest with a lot of these guys, but not all. So we'll do... We'll do Imelda. I'm getting some weird audio feedback in my headphones. That's not good. So Imelda's default weapon is the wand. Yeah, I'll go with the standard. It's not bad though. Which just shoots out a little blast every so often, as you'll see. Yeah, so Imelda. The coop? When did I unlock the coop? Also, like all the enemy descriptions and stage descriptions, all of them, they're all hilarious. A farm for fear itself. The beasts reared here have turned from tasty morsels to terrifying monsters after realizing the deadly power of cooperation. Wow. See, I want to go to Mad Forest. Once a thriving haven, now a dumping ground for evil. A vampire is said to be the root of this evil, but we can find only mayhem and roast chicken. So in reference to Castlevania, the only healing items are, I think in Castlevania it's supposed to be a turkey, but you know, roast fowl. I'm going to keep Arcanas on, not inverse. We don't want inverse, just regular mode, please. Limit break. Yeah, let's leave that on. Okay. I like this song. It's really good. So now I get to see how loud this is. So I get to choose, because I've unlocked this at some point. I get to choose an Arcana. They all have different effects. It's like a little bonus thing. You get 3 of them throughout a run. I forget what it's been. It's been so long since I've played. Most of these are not helpful to me. That one is. So that will give my little magic bullets 3 bounces. That's tempting. And the upgrade for it will too. So items will also evolve in certain circumstances. So that's good to watch out for. No, I don't care about that. Mad Groove. I do like Mad Groove. Probably wait on that though, because this is for demonstrative purposes and I'll just make things difficult. Well, I guess Waltz of Pearls is really the only one that makes sense right now. I could think ahead to get other ones. Or like I could pick a card that'll be good for a weapon I'll get later, but yeah. Ooh, so this is our first level up, which gives us one of, like, we could shuffle this and skip it for later, but I like all 3 of these. So, the Holy Water, Santa Water, or the Song of Mana. I really like both of those. I think I'm gonna go for Song of Mana. Sorry, I'm trying to get my mic a little lower. Get low, get swifty. There we go. Song of Mana. So now you'll see, yep, like those vertical beams coming out of me. Collecting these chain of memories and experience points. So now I can either upgrade Song of Mana or get the Bible. Both are quite desirable if you ask me. I'll get Bible. Get the Bible, he says. It'll be fun. There we go. Now, so, Empty Tome. This is our first equip item we've seen, like our first accessory we've seen. So, rather than being a weapon itself, this just reduces weapon cooldown. And you see it says new Evo. So that means if I get this, like, you need the matching accessory for a given weapon for it to evolve. So, like, you see the little yellow squares up on the upper left. Like, that's the level of the item. And as I get more upgrades for each one, those squares fill in. Once you get to the max level squares, you get, and if you have the right accessory, you can then evolve the item. And I think I want to expedite evolving the wand. Is it called the wand? I don't know. Whatever my magic default weapon is. Pretty strong at this point. I've had a lot of upgrades over time, so like I'm not most scared of taking a lot of damage. I think I probably have like auto regen as well. Yeah, I want to level up Bible. Look how many versions I have. I've got the NIV, the KJV. The RSVCE2E. Got some like little breakable things like these torches down here. Ooh, both chicken and the fire thing. Whoa. We love it. Yeah, I suppose. Is the balance still doing pretty good? Oh, I'm alone. Never mind. I'm alone. And my voice keeps failing to carry. Heck yeah. Could go for those clovers. forgot something. I forgot something important. I forgot to change my interface on the stream. Next time I level up or something, I'll fix that really quick. I gotta add something. Nice. There we go. Welcome to the show. We fixed it. Oops. Popped the mic. And then I bopped him. Bopped him with a head bop. See now. I think I'm on a bigger delay now. That's unfortunate. I also think my mic audio is starting to pop off on me. Well, let's see how I do without this. Without the monitor on for a bit. I'm not good at not hearing my own voice. It's harder for me to gauge if I'm speaking correctly. I don't like it. And on top of it being late, I am getting a slight migraine from these headphones. I'm still not used to them. And yeah, something about my cheekbones and temples just don't agree with them too much, so I might be quitting once I finish up this Imelda run. Ooh, that is what I want right there. Yes, ma'am. Laurel would be pretty fun, but is that what I want right now? Let's do wand. Man, those are still coming in. Ooh. See, it might appear that I'm in danger right now. Acting. Improv. Absolutely get the axe. That's what we want. Especially when I'm sleepy, it's easy to get just lost in this game, you know? Not really say much about it, just get absorbed. Yo, that's what we love to see. Holy Wand. Sure. That's what I wanted. Yo. just doesn't really do much at this point, does it? Yo, watch this. Bam! Oh, there's still more. New Arcana. Probably use a lot of my rerolls in this. Tragic Princess, not really helpful here. That's probably what I want. Yeah, let's do Blood Astronomia. to Holy Vespers. Please. I sure hope the audio still syncs during all this. How will anyone know what's going on? There we go. sir. Just one more of those. Mad Unforge. Sorry, with only 4.5 minutes left on the clock, I probably won't max out these items, but we can always try. It looks like there might be a magnet here somewhere, I just don't know where. Oh, there he is. Well, doesn't matter now, but whatever. did it. Turn that down just a smidge. There we go. Oh, we might max it out after all. Look at us. Smooth run. Yep. That was a good run. Oh, hey. I don't even know what that ammo applet is. Ammo palette. Good run. Curious about that now. Is it in my collection? There's so many things in this game now, it's really hard to say. Well, we did it, folks. I'd say this was a good test, a good run. A good run. Truly one of the streams of all time, right? I'll have to play with this mic arm a little more. There we go. Has me sat a little close to the screen for my comfort, but hey. Again, I think we did good today, so I'll wish y'all a very blessed evening. And I'll hopefully see y'all later.